Is that you? Who's that? Who's that? Oh, you're so cute, aren't you? You want down? Oh, there you go, baby. Long time no speak, guys. Oh my goodness. I wanted to do a little catch up because I feel like I've not filmed anything and posted on here in so long. I also need to go out. I need to go to Tesco and buy another Estrid razor because I have lost mine. It's gone. I'm gonna use some CosRX Snail moisturizer, I guess. I don't even have a fucking mirror. I hope everyone had a good Christmas. I'm filming this on the 28th. A lot has happened in the last couple months. Well, kind of a lot, but also kind of nothing at the same time. One of the main things that's happened is we now have a dog. His name is MYLO, like I said. He is perfect. Absolutely perfect. So he is making me happier. I just having him in the same vicinity as me is making me just a little bit happier, because I was struggling for a little while. Patrice anti-redness primer. So MYLO is, I believe, 10 weeks old. My mum and stepdad got him as like a birthday present for my sister because it was her 21st on Boxing Day, and she's literally always wanted a dog, and so have I, to be fair. But I just think it's like about time, and he's fitting in really well. He's been such a good boy. The first couple of days he just would not stop crying in his crate. We're trying to crate train him, but he's been so good. Like it was only like 2 or 3 days of like him being like that, but since then he's been absolutely fine, and he's like in his crate now. He like goes in there willingly and just like sleeps. Many a shit on the floor later. He's now getting better at going outside to shit and piss. He does love biting things, whether it be toys or human hands. He does enjoy gnawing on things, but that's to be expected with a puppy. We just have to sort of keep our calm. This nice big scratch, I don't even know if you can see. I've been covered in scratches, but it's okay. But I'll put some pictures on screen of MYLO if you haven't seen my Instagram post, and obviously I just showed you him right now, but he's perfect. So that's been making me feel really quite splendid. I never like did like a rundown of my trip to Greece because I just when I got back from Greece, I was only back for a few days, and then I went to Craig Tara with my mum for a few days, and then as soon as I got back from there I was back to work straight away. I'm not using the Wet n Wild foundation for once. I'm using the Revlon Color Stay foundation, and I'm putting it on with my hands because I can't be bothered to wet my sponge. I've just been so busy with work, like all I do is work, and I've been kind of feeling down about it. That's kind of part of the reason why I've been in a bit of a rut recently. I just feel really down about a lot of things, but one of them being just like how much work I feel like I've done this year. And the way my work schedule is I work like 5 days a week obviously, but I don't have 2 days in a row off. I'm off Thursday and Sunday, so I never have 2 days in a row off unless I book annual leave, and I haven't had any annual leave left since Greece, so I've not been able to actually take any days off, and it's just been, it's not even that I want to take days off, I think it's just the knowing that I can't that was really getting to me. Like, I'm glad that we're going into the new year and then my holidays will refresh and I can like maybe take a little bit of time off in January because I'm so tired and nothing but work. I'm working New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. I worked Christmas Eve. I just feels like all I do is work. And I just think that we're at the end of the year now. I feel drained, I feel tired, and I just need a break. MYLO has been helping me mentally cope, which is great. Greece was great, loved it. I kind of spoke in the Greece videos about how I was feeling and stuff like that. It definitely had ups and downs. There was a couple of situations that happened that I wish did not, but there's nothing I can do about it now. That's just the way it went, and just learning to be okay with just accepting things for how they are instead of dwelling on things. I'm disappointed by this. I bought the Made by Mitchell concealer that he just came out with, and it's hot trash, so it really is so bad. It's so thick, it does not blend, it looks patchy, it's really, really, really bad. So, was really gutted by that. Just gonna use my Catrice concealer. My car broke down, so that was another thing that was occupying my time. My car broke down, and I quite literally have had the most stressful, like, last 5 weeks financially. Went out to go and buy crisps from B&M. I wanted crisps, so I went to go and buy them. And on my way there, my car started, what was it that happened? The gear stick started like fucking up. So I was like, for example, I thought like my gear stick was in like 5th position, but it was telling me I was in 1st. So my car was revving so loudly, and then I would try and go to 6th, and then it would tell me I was in 2nd gear, and I was like, fuck. And this was on like a main road, like this was like a 50 zone, and I was like revving so loudly, and I had to pull over. I was like really panicking because I always had this fear of breaking down, and it is as bad as it seems actually. For someone who has anxiety, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it's like not actually as bad as you might think. It was really, really just an anxiety inducing situation for me. I was on the side of a road, the side of a main road with my fucking hazard lights on, calling my mum. And when I bought my car, I took out an insurance or like a warranty pack with Evans Halshaw, which is the dealer that I got my car from. And knew like some of the stuff that the warranty covered, but I didn't realise that it had like in that warranty there was breakdown cover. I did try and find like a contact number for Evans Halshaw, but this was at like 8 at night, and like the contact numbers that were coming up on Google were like open 9 till 5, Monday to Friday. So I was like, well, how the fuck am I supposed to get help? And obviously when you're on the side of the road, you're not going to start pulling out lots of paperwork. Like, well, at least I didn't. Anyway, I didn't even think to do that. I was in a panic. So I called the AA. They charged me, I think it was like £200 just for the roadside assistance. And then I had to schedule a repair for my car through Evans Halshaw, and I was like just hoping that the warranty that I paid £800 up front for would cover the issue that was, I didn't know what was wrong with my car at this point. I was told that, you know, if your warranty covers, if they do a diagnostics on the car and they find that the issue is covered by the warranty that you have paid for, then you won't pay anything. The repair will be free. But of course it's my life, so that was not the case. So the car went into Evans Halshaw, they did like a diagnostics on it, and they told me that my clutch had burnt out. And I'm still bitter about this because I literally had an MOT and a service. I think the service was done in October, and I get that they're not going to like properly do an in-depth like inspection of the clutch and stuff like that, but I'm just bitter because my warranty does not cover the clutch. Of course it doesn't. So repair was £1,500. Actually, no, it was more than that. It was £1,800. The repair was £1,800 plus the 200 odds that I spent on AA roadside assistance, which was my bad. I should have taken some time to look at my paperwork and call the roadside assistance thing that was covered by my warranty, but I didn't do that. So I ended up spending £2,000 because my car decided to fuck me off, and they said that the clutch burning out is like due to driver error. I'm fully convinced that when I bought my car, the clutch was not in good shape because I feel like I drive normally. There's definitely been occasions where I've like revved my engine, but I feel like everyone who has a car has done that. So, I was bitter about that, but I've been driving like an old woman now, like just barely even fucking trying to avoid my clutch at all costs, which is actually just causing me more stress on the road because you're supposed to use the clutch, but I'm just so scared of like burning it out. I like hover my foot over the clutch when I'm driving because I don't want to like accidentally be pressed on the clutch and like when I'm driving and like burning it out. So that's been a whole thing. So that was £2,000. Oh, just a little insight into my life. It's really not been fun. It's my birthday on the 23rd of December and I turned 24. I don't know how that's happened. I really don't know how that's happened. Coty Airspun powder. I still feel like I'm 21, but apparently I'm 24 now. What did I do on my birthday? We couldn't really do a whole lot because MYLO came home on the 20th. So we had to be at home. We can't just leave him in the house alone. So yeah, there wasn't a whole lot that we could do. We just got food and hung out at home. Got a couple of like makeup bits for Christmas and my birthday. The Made by Mitchell Bronze Pod and the Blush Pod. Loving these. I'm using my same stanky Wet n Wild brush that I've used for 4.5 years. Also, my phone stopped working again. I already spoke about this in a previous video, but that was like a different phone, but then the new phone that I got after that stopped working. So I literally just got this delivered today. It's an iPhone 15 Plus. I also bought my sister an iPad for her 21st. I'm just financially not great. Not great. That's really all I can say before I have a breakdown. Taking this Urban Decay bronzer and I'm just gonna rub it in my crease of my eye. My mum bought me this Kiehl's perfume for my Christmas. It came in a set with Kiehl's Vanilla 28. This is the Yum Pistachio Gelato one. Love this. That was one of my favourite gifts that I got was that gift set. I just loved it. I mean, she also got me an Apple Watch, which I did set up a couple of days ago, but I've changed phones, so I need to set it up again and like pair it with my new phone. Here's the Blush Pod as well. This is the shade Peach Cobbler. I'm literally doing all this just to go up to Tesco and buy an Estrad razor. That's so tragic. I also got this. I'm just really enjoying using all my new products. The Doll Beauty Like a Diamond highlighter. Can you see the freckles? So in terms of New Year's resolutions, I have a few. And I don't normally do New Year's resolutions, but at this point I'm giving anything a go. So one thing I really wanted to do was just delete my social medias. Twitter is one that I deleted earlier this year, like April time. Twitter is actually probably the most toxic thing that I've ever... I was going to say the most toxic app. No, it's really just the most toxic thing. Another one that's like been affecting me is TikTok. I did delete TikTok from my phone. I don't even have it installed on this new one yet. I haven't installed TikTok. I've pretty much just been sticking to Instagram. TikTok I used to enjoy, but I just feel like it's just, again, really toxic. It's sort of the platform itself is contributing to huge problems that I can't get on board with. And I find that anytime that I've responded to something that's been hateful, which I'm just gonna stop doing now, not things that are directed at me, because I don't really get that, but like on other people's comment sections, just people, usually anonymous people, but they'll be like calling people like names, making jokes about someone's weight or their race, or like specifically transgender people. Like there's so much transphobic nonsense that I see on there, like homophobic stuff obviously all the time, which 99% of the time does come from people who are insecure about their own sexuality. I've spoken about that so many times. I've learned to sort of like not care about seeing homophobia anymore, and even though I'm not trans, for some reason seeing transphobic stuff infuriates me more than seeing homophobic stuff, because I've learned to realise that most homophobia from men comes from the men who are most likely on Grindr. And some people say that, you know, you shouldn't spread that idea because it says that a lot of the homophobia comes from within the community. But it does. There are so many homophobic gay people that I know. Like they literally are everywhere. And I don't even have any gay friends. Don't really have many friends, if I'm being totally honest with you, but a lot of the time homophobia is projection, and most things that people say are projection as well, like making fun of someone's body. No person who's happy with their body is going to make fun of someone else's. Same with, you know, people making fun of someone else's looks, like their face. Like, if you're happy, you're not going to say that. So it just says everything about the person that's commenting that. But I don't understand why TikTok as a platform allows these types of comments. Like, I can't imagine being someone else who is sensitive to seeing things like that and seeing comments like that that have so many likes on them. But then when I respond, and I could literally just reply and be like, this looks like projection to me, my comment will get taken down for violating the guidelines. It blows my mind. It's almost as if TikTok is encouraging it. That's the way it looks to me, because these comments are allowed to be up, but then when someone responds and like calls them out, a lot of the time I'm not even being hateful or negative. I'm literally just being like, oh, well, that looks like projection to me, or I'll just say something like, usually quite patronising. I like to patronise people, but that'll get taken down for hate speech. Are you serious? So I can't get behind being on a platform like that, and then every other video that I see is like debating political topics that I have no interest in seeing, talking about women's rights, like abortion rights, and like just all this misogynistic stuff that again doesn't impact me directly because I'm not a woman, but it's negative. It's me consuming negativity, and I don't want that. The amount of like incel men that are there, and then also I'm noticing a lot of like teenage boys, like teenage guys that are like, there was this one guy on there that was, he would like post pictures like you know how you can post like photos on there? He'd post just the most corny pictures of himself, and I'm starting to think that a lot of it is rage bait, but a lot of it isn't. And that's the part that scares me the most, because it's like, there are real people that do this, posting like slideshows of him like out at like coffee shops, like dressed in like, you can tell he like shops at like Zara and stuff, but like he does it for the sole purpose of taking pictures in coffee shops. He doesn't actually like what he's wearing. Sunglasses, like taking pictures of him like sipping teas and stuff like that, and like the captions over the pictures are like slut shaming women, like saying that it's like a red flag if like your girlfriend goes out clubbing. Like, oh my god, that's just one example of like thousands. That sort of vibe. So I can't subject myself to seeing that anymore. I want to be on TikTok and see cute videos of dogs, funny things, wholesome videos, nostalgic things. I don't want to open it and see women's fucking rights being debated, or like people being transphobic. I just don't want to see it. And then even all that stuff recently with that Lily Phillips woman who like slept with 100 men in a day, like, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see any of that. That's like a whole other thing. I'm like, why is TikTok allowing that to be on there? Like, the way the algorithm works is that anyone can see that. That will show up on kids' timelines, young girls and young boys, equally as bad as each other, influencing young people into thinking that that's normal behaviour. It's not. She's mentally unwell, and TikTok is promoting her, pushing her videos onto the For You page. People are talking about her. Even I've fucking stitched one of the videos about her. I was like, so weird. Who wants to open up TikTok and see that? It's brain rot. I don't want to fucking hear about your mental illness. I don't want to hear it. Part of the reason why I deleted it, I was like done with it. The whole Bonnie Blue situation as well recently, promoting the idea of sleeping with virginal teenage boys was one of the last straws for me. I was like, why is TikTok even promoting this? Why is she on ITVs this morning? I'm just gonna like dip out and like maybe come back to social media in like 3 years and like hope that it gets better, but I don't think it will. I think that as long as these platforms keep allowing this sort of fuckery on their websites, I don't want to be on there. I'm really kind of scared about this upcoming generation with the content that they're consuming, how that's going to impact them mentally, because if it makes me feel this like gross and to the point where I delete the app, I can't imagine how that impacts people who are much younger than me, like early teens, who do use the app and do see these things, regardless of how ignorant some people want to be. People claim ignorance, like, oh, kids shouldn't be on here, I'm not their parent, but you know that they are on here, and you're going to promote this weird way of life, sleeping with 100 people in one day. Like, go and take that to adult websites and promote it there. Don't promote it on places like TikTok where your content can reach young, impressionable audiences, because that makes you irresponsible. Nobody will ever change my mind about that. You don't get to claim ignorance and be like, oh, well, I'm not responsible for these kids. Like, they shouldn't be on here. They shouldn't even have phones. But they do. They do. So you knowing that and still posting that stuff on that platform makes you a problem. And I don't want to be a part of I don't want to be on an app that like doesn't do anything to prevent like that from happening, or impressionable young audiences seeing content like that. Not even just like the Bonnie Blue thing or the Lily Phillips thing, but also like the transphobic stuff, the racist stuff. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to even think about being on there. Twitter was like the worst for it. I don't even know what's going on over there anymore because I don't have it anymore. And that's a nice feeling to have. So if you ever see me on TikTok, just know that it's because I've installed the app just to post something and then I've deleted it again. I'm not scrolling. I don't want to see comment sections. I don't want to see that. Main New Year's resolution is just to focus on me. I'm quite content with myself. I'm going to stop jumping to defend everyone. And there's only so much of that I can do. I've spent hours of my life this year just like arguing with like rejects on social media who are like just bigoted or just are spewing hate, but it's all coming from projection, and I'm just done with it. I can't fix these people. I can't do anything about it, so I'm just tapping out of that. Even if you feel like you're doing the right thing, and it's always important to use your voice and speak up for what's right, but if it's taking a negative toll on you, you don't have to. Check out of it, because I've had enough of it. I'm like tired of it. Tying into that a little bit was to another resolution that I have is just to spend a little bit less time on my phone in general, just try and do other things. I was thinking about this yesterday and I was like, oh, well, this sounds a bit stupid, because I was telling myself, oh, I can spend more time like watching TV, or I have a PlayStation that I never use. And I was thinking that I sounded stupid because I was like, oh, maybe spend more time watching TV and more time on the PlayStation that you spent money on and haven't used. But that is actually what I plan on doing. Like, even though it seems a bit like counterproductive to like move from one screen to the next, I just don't enjoy being on my phone all the time. Like I said, I think it's brain rot. I think it rots your brain. Just tapping out of that and like going on to like just watching a movie on the TV or something is maybe more beneficial. Spending less money on food. That's a good idea. The amount of times that I've just like impulsively decided like, oh, I'm just gonna get in my car and drive up to KFC and go through the drive-thru. Me owning a car has been financially traumatizing in more ways than one, but I never anticipated how much money I would end up spending on things that weren't necessary just because I had a car. Because I don't get in my car and go places without spending money. If I'm getting in my car, it's because I'm going somewhere to spend money. I'm going to KFC drive-thru. Or it's like I'm going to B&M to buy a 14 pack of wheat crunchies that I'm going to consume in like 3 minutes when I get back home, if I don't break down on the way there. Spending less time on my phone, coming away from social media. The only place that I really even go on anymore is Instagram. And spending less money on food, because I don't really spend a lot of money on other things. My main problem is food. And drink, like Costa or whatever. I just stopped doing that. Even right now I'm about to go to Tesco and buy an Estrad razor, and I know that I'm going to walk out with like unnecessary crisps. But oh well. I'm going to end the video by including some clips that I took on my camera of MYLO over Christmas and my birthday. And yeah. Also another resolution, maybe posting more on here. Filming more things, just like, because it takes my mind off of things, and I enjoy doing this. I enjoy editing and uploading. I enjoy the whole process, so maybe doing that more as well. The most realistic resolution would be to like cut back on vaping, but I just don't think that I can. I just want to have one thing that I enjoy. Just one. I'm gonna do my best to better myself in 2025, because I don't know if I'm just fatigued because it's the end of the year, but I actually feel drained. Does anyone else feel that way?
I don't. Look at you. You're all muddy now. You're all muddy now. You're all muddy now. Oh, there's his towels where he wipes his paws
muddy.
when he comes in. You do your paws clean when you come in.
Say hi,
Okay.
MYLO. Hello.
No biting.
Oh, kissy kissy.
Hello. Oh, what's that? What's that? What's that?
Starring Mattel Games, sponsors of family movies on Sky. It's that time of year again.
Scrap.